I don't think people are gonna say something I don't already know about myself. I mean, maybe they will come up with some, like rumors or whatever.
Oh my god, you guys, we all know just how crazy things ended for Caleb and Alina on 90 Day Fiancé.
I don't really see, a lot of homophobic and racist comments anymore because people really know that it's not okay.
I mean, she was fired in the middle of the season and we never even got to find out the real ending to their story. But you guys, you will not believe what I just found out about these two.
There's so much talk about racism and homophobia, especially in Russia.
There's actually been a lot of drama going on between them behind the scenes, as well as some stuff with Alina's friend Elijah too. So anyway guys, I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just get on into this one. So we all now know that Alina was fired from the show not that long ago, and this is because she made a bunch of extremely unbelievably shockingly offensive social media posts saying some completely unacceptable things, and thankfully TLC eventually got rid of her after that, and they even came out and said that she will not be on the upcoming episodes or even the tell-all, which was great. So if you guys missed any of that, I did a whole separate video on why she got fired and all that kind of ins and outs and the details, so you can check out that separate video. But anyway, you guys, while I'm glad TLC did make that decision and fired Alina for saying those incredibly horrible things, it's kind of somewhat sort of annoying that we never got to see what happened between Caleb and Alina's relationship. We never got to the true ending. So us fans obviously have been super curious about what has been going on between them. Are they still together? Are they kind of friends? Well, you guys, the truth is we do not know for sure. There has been so much stuff coming out about them after, Alina was fired from the show, but as far as I can tell and all the digging I can, what I've done, they are not together at the moment. And it even looks like that they completely cut off all ties at all at this point and might not even be friends. And to be honest, this does not surprise me at all. I mean, from what we did see, Caleb had a bunch of issues with Alina, one of which being the height difference. And I don't know about you guys, but I honestly saw this coming from a million miles away. I mean, he clearly had a ton of issues with her height, and he was commenting on it, and he was kind of somewhat sort of being insensitive. And then when she kept pushing him to be, romantic and talk about all that kind of stuff, he did seem super uncomfortable. And, it's not just that. He clearly wanted to end things when they were still on the show, and he kind of did a couple episodes before they got cut off. But then, after all those unbelievably insensitive comments came out that Alina made, it makes total sense that that would, make him distance himself even more, which I'm almost positive that he did. He completely stopped liking and commenting on her social media posts, and it appears that he even unfollowed her. And what's even weirder though is that this didn't really happen all at once. I mean, at first he did just make a statement about how he doesn't condone any of her behavior, but how he also feels that Alina is deep down not a bad person. So I guess he kind of defended her at first, but not really. But he did stand up for her a little, so I don't know if that was really the best decision either way. I guess he was saying, what she did was wrong because it was, but he claims that she's not a bad person, I guess. So she did say and write all those things, which, we have clear proof, so I don't really know why he'd stand up for her like that. But either way, now he seems to have changed his tune, and, he's just completely ignoring her. Like I said, this whole thing is honestly a bit weird. He went from supporting her to not interacting with her at all. I mean, there was even this super awkward instance a while ago when someone asked Alina under one of her posts why Caleb's no longer commenting on her social media, and she actually responded with why and tagged Caleb, which I think is super bold considering everything that's happened. I mean, can you guys believe she did that? And to make things even worse, he didn't even respond to her. He just left her hanging, which I totally understand and agree, and it's super embarrassing for Alina. So anyway, it seems like they are definitely over, not just because Caleb is clearly not willing to engage with her again at all, but also because it just kind of looks like he might be trying to move on and start dating again. At the end of the last year, there were some reports suggesting that Caleb contacted this one girl he went on a date with a few years ago. Apparently, she didn't even realize Caleb was on TV, and he just asked her to hang out, whatever, Lord knows whatever that means, and apparently he never even mentioned Alina. So that would definitely suggest that they are not together and haven't been for a while now. now, right? I mean, he seems to have completely moved on from her. And again, this doesn't surprise me at all. I don't think any of us ever really believed that these two were actually going to make it. For a second, I kind of did, but even when they were on the show, it just kind of felt awkward and weird, and he clearly wasn't into her that much, and you could just see that from the moment they met. And there are some people on Reddit that said that they think that Caleb and Alina were actually faking their relationship right from the start, and that they never really wanted to be a real couple at all, and their theories was that Caleb and Alina were just good friends who probably just thought they could fake a relationship to be on TV, and basically they just went on the show for some fun and exposure. And I mean, can you imagine it, guys? It's not the most shocking thing I've heard, at least today, and their relationship definitely didn't come across as the most genuine or real, but the idea that it was all fake, I'm not saying it's possible, I'm not saying it's completely fake, but I don't know, we can't really, say for sure, but I wouldn't be totally shocked. But either way, I think we've all noticed their relationship didn't feel right at all. Even those who didn't believe that they were faking it along the way just thought that there was something weird going on. I mean, for example, another fan thought that maybe Caleb really liked the idea of being with someone like Alina, and we've had people on the show before who seem to be, into their partners or whatnot, and some fans that a similar thing might have happened with Caleb. The theory is that maybe he really liked the idea of being with Alina, but quickly changed his mind once he actually saw her. Now, that's obviously kind of a random allegation, but you never really can tell if it's true or not. But it just goes to show that most of us really thought something was off between these two. No one seemed to actually have any faith in them as a couple, and most people didn't think they would last more than 2 episodes. And I mean, let's be honest, you guys, we really all were sort of right. They didn't really last, and their relationship wasn't particularly wholesome at any point whatsoever. I mean, they were basically doomed from the start. I mean, don't you guys think? And also, guys, I wanted to talk about something else kind of weirdly hilarious with Elijah that I wanted to share with you guys all real quick. So apparently Elijah and Caleb are still beefing because recently Caleb posted a throwback picture from his time in Turkey, and Elijah left some comments under it that made it look like there's still some drama between them. So the picture that Caleb posted included Elijah. He even mentioned him in the caption, saying something about how his good memories even included the fabulous Elijah despite all his dramatic antics. And the thing was that not only did he call Elijah dramatic, he also misspelled his name, which Elijah did not like at all. I mean, we obviously didn't know if this was on purpose or not, but Elijah just was not having it. He commented under the post asking where the H is in his name, and he also wrote that the good memories weren't despite thereby of his dramatic antics, which is honestly kind of a weird and confusing thing to say. I mean, don't you guys think? I'm just not entirely sure what Elijah meant by that, and honestly, the whole thing is just bizarre. I mean, it's really no secret that Elijah and Caleb aren't the best of friends, but I didn't think that this would continue on social media even now when it's clearly been so long. But then again, Caleb did kind of start it by posting that picture and calling Elijah dramatic, and let's be honest, guys, he's not exactly wrong for calling Elijah dramatic because he definitely can be, but at the same time, you can't really blame Elijah for responding like that. I mean, it does maybe seem a bit childish and petty to get upset about such a small thing as simple as spelling, mistake or whatever and being called dramatic, but still, at the same time, we don't really know about their entire relationship. For all we know, there could be fights between them that we have never got to see thanks to Alina's firing. But either way, I'd say, Elijah and Caleb will not ever be so super close anytime soon, ever. But then again, we already suspected that from all their interactions on the show. And I also have one last final thing I want to talk to you guys about, and that's the future of Caleb on the show. So we don't really know what's going to happen with him as of now, but there has been definitely a lot of talk surrounding this. A lot of fans, including myself, would like to see him back on 90 Day Fiancé and Star and, the single life like so many others have before him. So despite all these theories and all the stuff that people said about him, Caleb is still somewhat popular amongst a lot of 90 Day Fiancé fans, so it would make sense for TLC to bring him back. And I think, it's actually pretty likely that they will do this and bring him back. Since he's been trying so hard to completely distance himself from Alina on social media, I would not be surprised at all if they did offer him a spot on the show again. It obviously wouldn't be a good look if they were still together or if he, somehow supported Alina in any way, but since it looks like that's not the case at all, I think it's pretty likely that they might actually ask him to come back. And if some of the fan theories are true and Caleb was originally on the show for more exposure and money, he might actually say yes if they do ask him. But hey, what do you guys think? Do you think they'll bring Caleb back on now that he and Alina seem to be over? And do you think he wants wants to come back at all. I mean, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. Well, hey, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Please do me a huge, gigantic favor and hit that like, follow, share, subscribe button, and y'all better stay tuned for many more videos.